The Cannabis Show is for information only. You should always consult with a qualified and licensed physician or other medical care provider.
Hello, I'm Chris with The Cannabis Show, and coming up, CBD and children with autism, as Kate will speak with a mother whose son benefited tremendously. Also, a medicated minute with Basil, and you can ask us anything.
My name is Carrie, and I live in Bonnyville, Alberta, with my husband and my son and my daughter. My son is 7 years old, and he was diagnosed in November of last year with ADHD, high-functioning autism, and oppositional defiant disorder. We looked at each other and like, what are we going to do for our boy? Like, he needs help. We're doing all the visuals. We're doing the DHA and the omega-3 supplement. So my husband came home one day and he said that he was talking to someone who actually had a medicinal marijuana card for his anxiety and depression. And, you know, we said, well, that's a mental health issue and so is ADHD. Maybe there's something in that. That's a lot more natural. I got on the internet and I started Googling medicinal marijuana, and I found something extraordinary called CBD oil, which I had no idea ever existed. How do I attain this? I know it's legal in my country, but I have no idea where to go. I asked my pediatrician about this and he said, no, I'm not touching that. I said, okay, so I guess I'm going to go back to my family doctor and ask my family doctor. My family doctor said, no, absolutely not. There's no evidence that will work. In fact, Carrie, it might cause schizophrenia. So he scared me about that, but it's just so bizarre that the medical world is saying no, 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 but all of these people out there in the world are saying, yes, this actually works. And so I found this one person on this forum on Facebook who actually pointed me in the right direction to Natural Health Services in Calgary, and I was pretty excited. So I came in and I saw Dr. Mason, and she just put all my fears to rest. She said, Carrie, you're doing the right thing. You know, all of these pills that doctors are trying to prescribe for these children are, in fact, more likely to cause anxiety and depression. They're more likely to cause psychosis than cannabis ever would. And cannabis is safe and non-toxic. So I said, okay, let's give it a try. It's CBD oil. We're not going to get them high. It's just a natural compound from the plant. So yeah, that's how we came to discover that this is something that maybe we should try. I started Owen on CBD oil in January on the advice of the team at Natural Health Services. They suggested microdosing. So microdosing means marijuana and cannabis will last in your system for 3 to 4 hours. So you have to dose every 3 to 4 hours to keep that consistently in his system throughout the day so he can have a successful day. So we started sending him to school, and I would give it to him at 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't tell the school because I was afraid of the backlash, because there's so many misconceptions about cannabis. All of a sudden, the reports from the aide that were coming home was, Owen had a great morning, he was working hard, but then in the afternoon, he fell apart and this happened, and so. He was still having rough afternoons. So I told the school about it. I was very nervous about it, but to my surprise, the school was 100% behind me. They were completely surprised too, and very happy. I mean, just totally excited for Owen and our entire family. So we got them on board and started dosing Owen at noon, and immediately his afternoons started to be better. Like, his performance at school has been a total turnaround. I'm not saying it to cure or anything like that, because he still has days where he struggles, but the school is actually able to get Owen to sit in a desk and focus on his math and focus on his printing. He can sit down and read a story out loud to me without getting lost in the lines. I feel like the CBD oil has just given him a little bit of relief from that the impulses. I can see him now actually stop and think before he does something. You know, it's not just, let's go, let's go, let's go. You can tell that he's thinking, and because he's thinking, he has that moment to actually take a look at himself and be self-aware. And it's gotten so great that Owen doesn't need an aide on the playground anymore. He's been trusted to go outside and play on his own, and he's been successfully playing on his own since April. So yeah, the microdosing is what really kind of was the clincher. Basically, once we started microdosing and he was, you know, dosed for the whole 12 hours that he is awake during the day is when we really started seeing the success. It's just been really quite amazing, the effects on him. Yeah.
The country of Israel has been on the forefront of using cannabis for medical reasons since the early 1990s. However, the story starts a few decades earlier thanks to the efforts of organic chemist Raphael Mechoulam. Mechoulam was responsible in getting cannabis studied for clinical use and has made some major advances in the industry. One such breakthrough was the cannabis strain called Avidekel. Produced by Israeli company Tikkun Ulam under Mechoulam's watch, this strain is very low in THC content at around 1%, yet high in CBD at around 15%. Since CBD has no psychoactive effects with many health benefits, patients are using Avidekel to treat many different diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, heart disease, MS, liver inflammation, colitis, and much, much more. Anyone who is battling anxiety would perhaps like to try this as well. It has been said that Avidekel just melts away that uncomfortable gut feeling. Produced in Canada by MedRelief, Avidekel is said to be easy to grow and has an earthy, sweet, and pine taste to it. Patients that have used Avidekel say they feel relaxed, happy, and uplifted.
The cannabis plant has been on this planet for a long, long time. It has changed and evolved its organic components a countless number of times. Who knows what kind of cannabinoid combinations could have been occurring? But it's been only in the recent past that humans have been affecting this evolution. We often select breeds that exhibit greater amounts of THC and lesser amounts of other cannabinoids. Were you aware that there are upwards of 80 known cannabinoids produced by the cannabis plant? The surface of the medicinal value of this plant is just being scratched. Imagine a scenario where we have the ability to grow strains that are rich in not just 2 cannabinoids, but a dozen or so cannabinoids that correspond with our own endocannabinoid system. These base strains would be the building blocks for cannabis strains that could be tailor-made to treat specific disorders. The possibilities are really endless.
Basil, Hart, do you guys know that you can ask us anything on the Cannabis Show?
I did know that.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
I did,
right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. The question
Anything?
today, anything. Well, cannabis related.
Okay.
I guess we could try other.
Yeah.
Today's question comes from Sanjeet and says, what is the difference between THC and CBD?
Wow.
Maybe we should start off with THC and what is CBD and what is THC?
So both cannabinoids,
Okay.
both produced by the plant on the exterior of the plant. Art?
I mean, THC, as you say, active ingredient in cannabis, same with CBD. The one main difference I would say, THC is psychoactive and CBD is not.
Yeah, CBD will temper the psychoactivity of your THC. THC definitely one of the main psychoactive cannabinoids.
Yeah, and both great medicine, both have a lot of different potential therapeutic benefits to them. But on the whole, a combination of using both is probably a really good idea.
Absolutely. They work very well synergistically.
Yes.
No, I think, when you look back in history too, though, I mean, CBD is relatively new. I mean, it's always been there, but as far as like studying, all they ever did was study the THC because it made you high, and they kind of left the CBD out. But really, CBD has in a way, it's kind of like the miracle part of the plant too, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's some fabulous medicinal benefits to it, but on the same side, THC has some great medicinal benefits too.
So CBD doesn't get you high, THC does, but they both have medicinal benefits. And yeah, by all means, come on and talk to a bud genius, and we can answer those questions for you in person as well. Yeah. If you have a question for us on The Cannabis Show, email us, thecannabisshow@naturalhealthservices.ca.